Hello YouTube, this is another Beastwars Basics review, and today we are looking at Powerpinch. This is one of my favorite of the basics from the Beastwars line. I think he came from Wave 2 as well, like some of the others I've shown. And I think he's probably one of the nicest looking. Yeah, I think he's definitely one of the nicest looking. Look at that. He is very clearly an earwig, obviously, and he's got a lot of detail. Look at that. Look at the detail on that. Interesting thing about these creatures, the earwigs, the order Demiptera, is that they're actually supposed to have wings. Most people, I'm not sure, really know that. The wings are actually usually located, well, they're always located here, in this area here on the insect. Yeah. They actually fold out into these sort of fan-shaped wings. They're very ornate, quite interesting looking, actually. I think they're very pretty. And I actually think that earwigs are actually quite a nice looking insect. Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing to say. But yeah, it's me. I'm a bug person. I like bugs. Is it obvious? Yeah. You can see that this figure is made out of a transparent plastic. It's almost like a beer bottle plastic. It's like dark transparent green with orange paint on it. And those are some nicely sculpted eyes too. Look at that. And the head. Look at the mouth parts on that. That's one of the best sculpted faces I think that we've seen so far on a Beastwars figure, at least for an insect. Profiles. The profile's pretty good. And he's got a gimmick where he can pinch. It's a very similar gimmick to what Beastwars Insecticon has with his mandibles. It's just on the other side of the body this time. And it's got a little knob that you can slide up and down in order to do the pinching gimmick. You can also rear his pincer up like this to sort of represent kind of a represent an aggressive posture. Yeah, I've actually seen photos of earwigs doing exactly this, which is interesting. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to tell about his insect form. So we'll transform him right now. Yeah. So to transform him, you have to, of course, pull off this piece, the pincer, which then becomes his primary weapon. You're left with this. Now to transform him, it's kind of an interesting transformation. I don't think I've seen this trick done very often. You take this piece and you pull it up, come around to the other side. You see his legs. Untab them from here, and then pull them down like this. And then you can see that they do this interesting flip through the body. They thread through the body like that. And then you can close this up again, and you're left with his lower torso. And he's got a little hinge here just above the knee and a ball joint. And you just straighten that out, and then flip out his feet. Look at that transparent green. Isn't that nice? That's a nice color. I like it. And now you take his insect head, split that apart, flip these out, and then you can flip down the torso, snap that in place, flip the insect head halves around and flip these out to give him some fists. Oh, and now you've got him, Powerpinch, in his robot form. That's a nice looking robot, I think. Pretty nice. Actually, let's have a look at his head sculpt. Will it focus for you? Yes, there it goes. Interesting look. He's got a kind of a Vox grill on his face, similar to the one that you've seen on Drillbit, actually. It's a little bit like that. Same sort of thing. He doesn't have that sort of bestial psycho face like Insecticon does, or Inferno. More of a traditional robot kind of a face. But definitely not a pushover. He doesn't look... He definitely looks threatening, I would say. Like, I mean, if this guy was, you know, human-sized, he would be... I wouldn't want to pick a fight with this. and then you've got, of course, this weapon here, which pegs into either one of his hands. You can use it like this. He doesn't really have any... doesn't look like he really has any energy weapons. I don't think this thing is supposed to be an energy weapon. He's just kind of got this giant gardening shear weapon. So I guess he's a melee specialist. Yeah, and he can do there's another way he can use this in his robot mode. It's very unusual. He can plug it directly into his chest in the same place that it was connected in his insect form. Just snap it in like that. And now he's got this big chopping weapon coming out of his stomach. And he's going to cut you in half. That's what this is implying. He is going to bisect you. Do not approach. Do not approach this Predacon. No. Yeah. Weirdly enough, in Japan, in the Beastwars 2 line, he's not actually a Predacon, he's actually an Insectron. A subset of the Cybertrons, basically the Maximals of the Japanese continuity. And he's known as Scissor Boy. Weird, yeah? And of course, let me just take this guy off to the side, and I'll bring in Drillbit again. Here's for size comparison. Now, weird thing, Drillbit's actually, in the Japanese continuity, he has a brown recolor, and his name is Drill Nuts. So you've got Drill Nuts and Scissor Boy. Why? Japan, why? What are you doing? That doesn't sound good at all. What okay, whatever. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to say about this guy. I quite like this figure. He is one of my favorites. I would say that his beast mode is definitely my favorite of all the basics figures in the Beastwars line. And so I guess that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought. Was this good? Was this bad? And I guess that's it. See you next time. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing about this guy, about Powerpinch. I neglected to mention earlier. If you take off this and then you flip this up, underneath you can see the rub sign. Yes, he's got one just like Drillbit and Razorclaw, and all of the figures after that. Thank you very much.